Well, howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, Private Parts is done. We're done with the car show. So we've got the top put back on him and all of our off-roading stuff in there, ice chest, survival bag, things like that. So today we are headed up into the hills. We're going to Pine Grove, ghost town of Pine Grove. Now, some of you guys who've been following my channel for a while have seen I've been up there before a couple of times. This time we're going up there with a group where we're going to be doing some cleanup, and we're also going to be doing some putting some flowers at the cemetery up on the hill. So any rate, stick around. This should be a good one. Hope you enjoy. right, folks, we are here in Pine Grove, and we've got some people up here that you guys have seen before. In that red Chevy truck, that's Matthew Glittner. He is president of the Nevada Off-Road Association. We just met the lady there in the cowboy hat. That's Tammy. She has she's got a website called Nevada Expeditions, and she goes around and documents a lot of old ghost towns. And then we have Eric, who's the president of the Pine Nut Mountain Trail Association. Some other members of the Pine Nut Mountain Trail Association, and then we have Audie, the off-road dog. We also have a film crew. We've also got a film crew from Germany that's going to be documenting a little bit of what we're doing here. So we're going to be doing some cleanup down around the bottom area here, and then we're going to be going up the hill, up that hill there, to the cemetery, and we're going to be we're putting some flowers on some of the graves, marking some of the stuff up there. So at any rate, yeah, we're just doing our thing here today. This is going to be a good time. There's supposed to be some other people coming up, but they have not shown up yet, so we're not real sure what's going on. But let's take a walk down to the old boarding house. All right, we're going to move on down to the boarding house or hotel and do some cleanup there. We already kind of cleaned up. Fortunately, we had a group come up here a few years ago and did a really good cleanup in here. And since then, we just really, I haven't noticed a whole lot of trash. And I've been up here a couple of times since they did their big cleanup. So one or two things: either people are just not coming up here as much, or people are hopefully being a little bit more respectful of the land up here. So this place here is in a lot worse shape than the first time I came through here. And this sign is new here. Let's take a walk around the backside to make sure that we don't have a whole lot of trash there. Now, the stuff that we were leaving, we got an empty beer can here, but the stuff that we're leaving is stuff like this here. This was stuff that was left by the original occupants here, and so we don't mess with that stuff. Because I don't. What's the rule on it? Is it 25 years and earlier, and you got to leave it there?
Well,
50 years
is there's a break between 25 and 50. They get different designation.
Okay.
You're the one leaving.
Yeah.
So the Modelo can, probably not 25 years old.
Probably not.
Beer cans, yeah, with like the old pull tabs that pull all the way off.
Yep. You know, and that thing, that really kind of pisses me off, because when I hear that, you know, the ones with the pull tab is the stuff that's antique and you got to leave it. I remember drinking out of those.
Well, my favorite data point is when you think about like the petroglyphs. That was just graffiti of the time.
Yeah.
Some of it has messaging, but not a lot of it. It's just pastime graffiti. So.
Yeah. Well, that's new stuff. It's all.
Well,
I'm a protected artifact now.
Yeah. Yes. So in other words, if I kick the bucket out here, they can't pick me up.
I already planned on leaving you, so it's not really.
There's a mine shaft up at the top. I decided a way to fund my travels. My friends, we know a lot of places to dispose of bodies.
Yep. So now, this building here has been filled in. The bottom floors have been filled in over the years from water coming down this canyon up here.
Hey, did you guys know there's a geocache up here? Huh? Did y'all know there's a geocache up here? Oh, I did. The country's gonna want to see this.
Yeah.
I think that's part of an Easter egg.
I think it is. And there's a Modelo can for you. Yeah, there's a geocache here. That's kind of cool.
That's a tampon.
Ah, yuck.
Yuck.
Yeah, well, a lot of people just don't seem to understand that taking care of nature's business is part of being out here in the woods. But that's why you carry a shovel. You bury it.
All right, we're gonna see what's in here. This is actually the first time I've ever stumbled upon a geocache.
There was one that was right down off of the road, Mason Pass Road, where I live.
We have a Live Free Ride Hardcore flag here. That looks like the other half of the,
other half of the
Easter egg. Little
fish hooks.
fish hooks, Mardi Gras beads.
You sure that's a geocache, or is that somebody's trash can from inside their car?
Kind of looks like somebody's trash can from inside their car. There's a quarter in here, there's a battery. But here's the little notebook.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody was up here
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. Huh.
And then today's the 17th, or
Is today the 17th?
yeah.
Well, Phoebus the dog was here.
Okay. See, back in the day, they just tossed the cans and stuff in a pile outside, behind the buildings. Now we do have to be careful of nope ropes out here. Buzzworms, danger noodles, whatever you want to call them. Uh-oh.
What's going on?
By the way, Gail was very pleased with that bottle.
Oh, cool. Good.
Once we get done here, we're going to be headed down there to the schoolhouse. This whole canyon used to be full of buildings. And you can see tailings piles up there. Up there, all over the place here. So we also got some little pieces of pottery there, or dishes. And I'm not going to dig down into the sagebrush for that empty can. Take a look at this glass here. This is relic stuff, because that's got a nice purple hue to it. It's been out in the sun. It's been out in the sun for a long time. We got some blue glass here. Yeah, that one's more modern. But you've also got this kind of little hole right here. And I would suspect, and I don't have any photographic evidence to prove it, but I'll bet you there was an outhouse right here at one point in time. And here's the entrance to a collapse entrance of a mine shaft. And these miners, I'll tell you what, man, they left bolts and all kinds of metal all over the place out here. You got to be real careful when you're walking around here. That bolt right there could get you. And we've got a foundation here. We're gonna kind of take a wander up over this way and see if we've got any modern trash to clean up. Yeah, like beer cans. This looks like the remains of something somebody was shooting at. It's easy to spot the aluminum cans because they're shiny. This whole area here where we've got the real short grass and weeds, this was all burned up a few years ago. Not sure what caused it. I'd heard that it was somebody's campfire got away from them. It could have been a lightning strike as well. But does not take long for Mother Nature to recover. All right, we're going to head on down to the schoolhouse and do some police call work down there, and then up to the cemetery. Looks like we're not going down this way. you here at the schoolhouse.
No, so no, our whole thing really is about protecting access.
He's the brave one. He's up for
And even down here, and this is one of the more popular places up here for people to camp out and stuff like that, because this building is probably one of the best preserved buildings, you know, up here. And you know, there's just not that much trash, which is it's awesome to see. And what's interesting is right down there, probably 50 yards, is a stamp mill. And the stamp mills, if you've never heard a stamp mill run, they are just unbelievably noisy. And the fact that they had a stamp mill less than 50 yards from the schoolhouse must have been tough for the kids to try to even be able to hear the teacher saying anything.
Hi there, he's over here.
Yep. Yeah, he's frickin' dive bombing me. I know you guys couldn't see that on video, but yeah, I had a hummingbird frickin' dive bombing me.
Is the way up nice to film?
Oh no, the way up, it's steep and it's rocky.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, for the car.
Oh yeah, I can. This thing will make it up there, no problem.
Yeah.
It would probably be cool to film.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to film it when it goes up.
So, well, if you ride with one of these guys here, I'll let them go up first,
Okay.
and then, yeah, and then you can film me
Okay.
coming up.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I have to wait for my colleague because he needs to catch the drone first.
Okay.
And then so maybe we go with Tommy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is everybody? Which car is going up?
Everybody here is going up.
Everybody. So we
Tammy's
just leave
going
our
up.
car behind, maybe because it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll let all these guys go first, and then.
Tommy's car is down there.
Yeah.
There's, you know,
I'm lead. Okie doke.
vehicles, but you are the first.
Okay.
And we get the footage of yours, maybe.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'll be sweet, making sure everybody's.
And he will fly the drone while we are driving.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I think they got me on camera making rattlesnake noises. Because they were like, what do they sound like? I was like, I hope that makes it into the document.
I was just wondering, you know, how any of us, you know, here in the States are going to be able to see it.
Yeah, who knows?
You know, if it's going to be on YouTube or, you know,
Netflix
I'm sure,
or what?
hopefully Tammy will be able to figure, you know, be able to know. Well, here we are up at the cemetery, and this is a fairly new addition here. This guy was the guy that started a lot of the preservation efforts up here at Pine Grove, and he was the guy that started bringing the Christmas tree up to the schoolhouse. And I've got a picture of me and my puppy dog in old PFC Butters there, and but he passed away first of January. It was kind of nice to see him remembered up here. Well, unfortunately, a lot of the graves that are up here, unmarked. Markings have, you know, long disappeared, and so it's difficult to know, you know, who is buried where. I know that we do have, there's some more, we're walking over towards more of the marked graves. Fortunately, we don't have too much trash that we found up here.
They can't drive up here unless the traffic left here.
Yeah, I think you're right. But a lot of the graves here, like this one right here, you know, the trees have overgrown. And a lot of people still want to be buried up here. You know, or at least have their marker up here. We have a beautiful view looking over Mason Valley. Looks like we've got another one in the trees here. And I've been coming up here for 30 years, 30 plus years, and I have never seen that one there. Let's see if we can get around to the other side. See if we can read anything, and where you can't really read any of it. You know, unfortunately, this stuff doesn't last forever. And that's why it's important for us to go ahead and try to remember and to mark this stuff and to take care of it and be good stewards of it for those of us, for those that came before us. All right, so what we're doing up here is we are removing some of the old, tattered up old flowers and replacing them with some new ones. Unfortunately, I don't think we have enough to cover all of them, but we're doing the best we can. A lot of these places, there's, you know, the old wooden headstones are gone, you know, gone probably 100 years ago, and so, and the trees have grown up, and so, you know, the best way to, you know, try to identify them is to look for the piles of rocks. All right, folks, and here's the fence that we put up. Now, since we were up here putting the fence up, they put some signs up, and we also, somebody came up, put some footings, concrete footings, because, I mean, within a month after we put this fence up, somebody had come and moved it out of the way. And so now we've got the concrete footings and nothing has been moved since.
Those are the best, like that big. And they make them on purpose. The one is that Girl Scout that has coconut cookies. Oh yeah? They're similar. It has like the hard chocolate bottom, and on top is the coconut and then caramel on top.
So the fence is doing its job. right, folks, that's it for this one. I want to thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.